So what we're going to talk about then, mate?
Immortality key.
No.
Ancient aliens.
No.
And the link to UAPs. Non-human intelligence reaching back into the far past of humanity. This is where it all began. Anyone who believes in any god is a fool, because they were just aliens, right?
Could be the case, mate.
Who knows? That's the thing. I'm not saying that for real, that's just a little joke.
Real.
Well, I love that subject. That is my biggest subject. It's bigger for me than DMT or any psychedelic. However, yeah, because I love it. I just love this ancient history stuff and where we all came from. Where was the start of humanity? Did we, as Cro-Magnon man, or as we were roaming around these plains, did these aliens come down, like the Sumerian texts say, and call themselves gods and alter our DNA to make them in their own image, kind of, right? i.e. I'm talking about intelligence, lifespan, or were did these aliens not come down, but were these gods discovered through the use of psychedelics?
Okay, so I watched a little podcast the other day, and there was Ross Coulthard, who is this journalist, who's this Aussie guy who broke the story with David Grush, yeah,
right,
on News Nation. And there was a Tim Burchett is the congressman who's kind of a deep South Tennessee congressman who's kind of also pushing the lead charge on the UAP stuff.
Right.
And then there was this theologian,
yeah,
who's a Catholic, right? And they're talking about God made humans in his image, right? Yeah. And they were arguing and discussing what that means.
Yeah.
And the theologian was saying it's not the physical image of man. God made us in his image, with which means the spirit. So the only man was Jesus Christ, his son.
Yeah.
But he didn't make, that doesn't mean that they made us in the image of man. It means that the spirit of God is what we are. So when they say he made us in his image, means that he put the soul, which is the spirit of God, which is God, into a human body.
Right. Okay.
Right. So then you could kind of, like you say, you could take that back then to the Anunnaki stuff, because that guy Wesley Carson says that they were these Anunnaki folk, based on them tablets.
Yeah.
It's a load of old bollocks, isn't it, we're talking here?
No, it's not.
Right.
This is a good subject, I love it. The Sumerian texts.
So the Sumerian tablets.
Or the cuneiform tablets, because they weren't all Sumerian.
He
Babylonian and Persian.
That those people were able to build a body on Earth. In a vat. And then beam the spirit.
Transport the spirit
into that body, right?
Like a clone. Oh, that's his theory of how some of these Anunnaki, that's how they were able to live so long, because they could just reform the body and then transport their consciousness. So
is that the spirit of God? Is that what they're talking about?
Well, the soul, this is the thing, because that one clip I heard that sparked my imagination, which was, it wasn't even, who's the guy? Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar.
Somebody was talking about him, and he had said that he saw some paperwork or whatever written about why there are extraterrestrials coming to this planet from different dimensions, because they're like, the human has a soul. And they are bamboozled, because in this universe there are no creatures, which brings us back to the DMT and that. There aren't creatures in this universe that have souls.
Right.
Yeah. And so thereby, when we take DMT, our souls just traverse through into a different dimension, and that's something that they find very strange.
Okay.
Which is why they're coming here.
Well,
I've just added the DMT bit on. Bob Lazar basically said they're coming here
but the
because we've
theory,
got souls.
the theory with Big Bob is that he was fed. The reason they picked him was because he was a bit crazy.
Yeah.
That he was a genius.
Yeah.
But they also fed him a load of bollocks.
Right.
So that if he ever yapped his trap,
Right.
he's easy to disprove because I can kind of see that.
I mean, if you're playing deep state mind games, then yeah, you could fuck about that far in the future.
You just show him a bit. Oh, Bob, check his paperwork out, mate. And he's like, oh, I'll save that one for later. And then it's. I don't know. What about animals then? Do animals have souls?
I don't know. I think animals are conscious.
I think they're conscious.
So that breaks down that theory.
But are they? See, what I think when I look at, I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent. When I look at my dogs, dogs don't plan for the future.
No.
And they don't think about, maybe they do think about what happened to them in the past, but everything is right there, right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I would
you walk
say
in, the dog's like, whoa, that's
they definitely live in the present, don't they?
Yeah, they're in the present, they're in the moment, aren't they? They don't hold grudges, they don't.
You can't always say that because you get dogs who don't like a certain dog, and that's definitely a memory of them having being attacked by a dog when they were small or something.
Yeah.
Don't like little girls, don't like little boys.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So that fucking puts space to that then. So, all right. So the soul thing then. So they are coming here. It's highly speculative, of course. We understand that. It's all very tongue-in-cheek. We're just having conversations.
One of our conversations.
Yeah. So these aliens or interdimensional beings, or whatever they are coming here because we are interested because we have a soul.
That's a theory.
And what is the soul?
Is it consciousness or is it something different?
But surely
can there be either? Can there be a soul and consciousness? Because we know that this reality that we see around us is constructed in our brain. We've been through that many a time, and we know through the double slit experiment, which they've tried to tear apart like in many different laboratories across the world, if matter is observed, it's physical. If it isn't observed,
it's a wave function.
It's a wave function.
So when I rang you the other day, I was going to ring you back and say, while I'm speaking to you right now, you are a wave function.
Yeah. In your reality.
To me, you are a wave function, or are you partially collapsed when you're on the blower?
Wow, that's
just popped in there, right? And I'm thinking, when I'm speaking to him on the
phone,
phone,
that's a concept to think about.
Is he partially?
Well, your
collapsed?
Consciousness has just connected through, albeit through a piece of technology, has connected with me, which would thereby make me you're physical.
Would it?
Don't know, but imagine that. The instant you're just a wave in my reality.
When I'm in Brighton and you're in Worthing.
The instant I go, I better call Paul. You become physical in my reality, because the other thing is you're just a NPC in my reality, and I'm an NPC in your reality until we come together. Or is that right?
No, I don't know. I think that what I like.
Anyway, we have gone completely off.
I like it though. It's good to think about this stuff. So the other thing, right, with the UAP thing. So there's lots of theories floating around now about what is coming here, and is it already here? Has it always been here? Right? And you've got people throwing out, which I kind of quite like this, because the conversation is just growing naturally, and people are coming up with ideas that had this situation not arisen recently, that we would still be in this old, are they nuts and bolts machines coming here from other galaxies, which they might well be. They may well have found technology or gone on a different trajectory than us with their technology, and they may well be able to travel faster than light for whatever reason, right? But there's also all sorts of other theories. that these things are possibly drones that are coming from a long way away. Doesn't matter how long it takes them, or they're an AI, an AI, partially AI, biologic, or whatever it is, some kind of machine that doesn't have to breathe or eat or shit, piss, whatever.
Yeah.
The other theory is that these things are sitting not that far away from Earth, and they're just spewing out these fucking machines, right? It's just making them. It's found us. This whatever it is, alien civilization has found us, sent out some kind of machine that's just making these craft.
Right.
Ping, 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 just pinging them down.
For what reason?
So that it doesn't have to travel.
Yeah, but surely the information that it's gathering would still take. It's like light from a distant galaxy will take a certain amount of time to get here. It's like if you fly, this whole thing about that time where if you fly away from the planet at the speed of light and go 10 years in that direction, you come back and it's something like 100 years on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, so that, whatever they've sent out, unless they live for thousands of years.
Well, that's just how they live. They ain't got a home planet anymore. They're just nomads cruising around, finding. I don't know. I think we are. Right, if you had to say, if you asked me what I think is going on with this UAP,
what do you think's going on, Paul?
Right, what I think is going on. It's intrinsically what I think is going on is that we are a observed experiment.
The zoo theory.
The zoo theory, yeah. We are being monitored, we are being watched, we are being manipulated, we are being... These things are everything that we feel is supernatural, right? And it kind of, so this is what I'm kind of trying to go. I'm trying to change my mindset, and I'm trying to think about whether or not this phenomenon, so all of the phenomenon, all of the supernatural, Ouija board contact, mediums, life after death, the near-death experience, death itself, right? Aliens, psychedelics, DMT entity contact, the whole 9 yards, is all the same thing.
Yeah.
We've just broken it up and compartmentalised it into, that's the spirit of my dad on a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Right. This is DMT, and these. I think the whole thing is. I think whatever that is.
Yeah.
Is the same thing.
Okay.
It's all the same thing.
Right.
Right. It's something.
What about magic? Magic?
No, not magic. I mean, I'm talking about contact with some kind of intelligence. Right, so when you do a Ouija board, you channel a spirit. Yeah.
Right.
When you die, we're thinking of death, and we put death in this box of we're here and we've served our purpose, and we've learnt our this lessons,
life lesson,
and then we get to move on. And
some of you learn.
I don't think that's the case, mate. I don't think that's the case. I think this whole thing is orchestrated, right, and we are being observed. And it's quite a dark thought, really.
Yeah, it is a little bit dark,
place. But that's what I just feel. That's what I feel. I feel we're looking at all of those things in the wrong way. It's something completely different but similar.
Well, that is a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
It's a lot to unpack there.
It's a lot to unpack, mate.
But
that's where my ADHD brain is going recently.
ADHD. Don't get me started.
I labelled ADHD brain.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I don't know. And I think, like, you're going back to the Anunnaki stuff and the ancient stuff again. Snippets of something true there, but the wrong end of the stick. We've got the wrong end of the stick. We have completely got the wrong end of the stick.
What, mistranslation of the Sumerian text? That's what they reckon a lot of that stuff was. I can't remember who it was.
But again, that is just man's interpretation 5,000 years ago, 6,000, whatever it is, 7,000 years ago, those people at that time interpreting the same thing. This goes, I'm sure this goes back way further.
So
and then
talking like religion as well. So
all of it, religion, all the origins of religion,
which brings you back to how, you know, was religion formed by alien entities coming down to this planet and calling themselves gods? Or, you know, you would have thought, like with their technology, that they had, you know, they were godlike.
Yeah.
Who came up with the term God? Is God like a more recent term from biblical times, like the Bible? Because you know there's like Yahweh, Jehovah, the Elohim, all these different terms which they're saying with God. And so Paul Wallace, is it on the fifth kind? He's like, he translates a lot of the Old Testament God. When you read it in the ancient script, Hebrew or whatever it was, those words translated mean the same thing, from the stars or star people or something like that. It does not mean God.
Yeah.
But when the Bible was translated, they just scratched that out, Elohim, and just or Yahweh, and just put fucking God. There you go, God.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So over time, translations have changed, all of that stuff. I just think, I don't think we're ever going to get to the. I don't think we will get to the bottom when we're just not meant to get answers to any of it. Like when you have a DMT breakthrough, right? There's a element of joke.
What is that like? I can't fucking remember. Excuse me, I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah, we'll sort that out soon. We'll sort that out. But when you have that breakthrough experience, whatever that thing is out of reach, isn't it? It's out of reach. It's there. You know it's there. You know you can, and obviously you can you see these entities and whatnot. But that, like, and I actually, old Dick Calm, who we haven't spoken to for a while. You know, I'm kind of just thinking back to what he was saying in his book about that's like a show, right? You're being shown like a mesmeric show, but the actual intelligence, it's almost like you smoke DMT, that changes your brain chemistry, changes the signal profile, and then a bit like it's that film where if you speak, they just come tearing through the woods, them animals, monsters. Everyone's quiet all the time. Don't say what's it called?
Oh, I know the one you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you smoke DMT, it's a signal. The intelligence is able to come to you, right? Show you the light show, and it's like, what's he doing now? You know what I mean?
Like the zoo thing again.
Yes.
So they're like, oh look, here we go. Look, someone's done. Look, there he is. Look. But let's give him this shit. See how he behaves with that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but then what would happen is, by the time you come out of it, you're talking to this thingy, they're gone.
Yeah.
Unless they're there the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's only through DMT that you can just go.
They're there.
And that'd be that. What's that stuff? Gallimore says the reason, like if you wanted people to be able to contact you and you're in a completely different dimension, then you would help this nature formulate a chemical that would give us the way of.
You'd
right?
plant it into their information, wouldn't you? So you just you create a molecule, you implant the code, and you wait till they've found it. And then when they find the code, they got to unpack the code. So they find the plant, and then it's through technological progression you're able to synthesize it. What does that do then? It boom. Right, and then they're like, hey, let's start with it. Well done. That's step one.
Step one.
So, yeah, it's just, you're going insane, couldn't you?
What, thinking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. That's the whole point of actually expressing it. Because if you don't, it just molds around your mind. Like in my brain, like you, which like literally the stuff that you think about, and it can come from one little spark, like on a news article. Like the tin hat conspiracy shit, I'll just read between the lines on stuff and just go, what? There's something So it's like this. So this whole thing about the UAPs at the moment is becoming so big, so quickly, and people have discussed it. But you're like Bob Lazar giving them like, are we being fed shit for a reason? Are we being fed information? Little, you know, they've got the craft themselves. Not that they found them. That we like, they've been able to make craft. But they don't want anyone to know, and it's like feeding everyone this.
So they found one, they've re-engineered it, and now they're flying them about. Like Rogan said something interesting yesterday on the thing that I watched. He said, maybe they've created this technology, we have created this technology, be it from something we found in the 50s or 40s or whatever, and we've sussed out how to make it. But you can't put a person in it, and you can't weaponize it. All you can do is fly it about.
Yeah.
So at that point, if you could weaponize it, right? So maybe just by virtue of the way that it moves or flies or whatever, you just cannot put any weapons. You can't fix any weapons to it.
Imagine
if you could fix weapons,
you can't even drill through it and put a bolt in and fit a machine gun on the front of it.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to do that. A cannon. Someone's got to get out there with a fuse and light it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
the technology's so far, you just can't.
We can't fix a gun to it.
Yeah?
So we can't just fly around.
We can fly it, so they
wouldn't want.
So the generals are going, but I want some weapons on it, and they're like, yeah, but we can't fit it in. Right. Yeah. So what we're going to do is psyop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going.
We sussed out how to fly it.
Yeah.
So we're flying it about. Right, you've probably got some geezer in a lab somewhere doing some, some remote viewer who's controlling it. Yeah. You can't
pop him some more DMT.
Yeah, you can't put a fucking weapon.
I'm losing it, quick!
You're gonna crash it into the fucking White House, you prick! Blast him up. Right, so they can't put a person in it. And you can't weaponize it. So until they can weaponize it, until they can bolt that Gatling gun to the front of it, just chew everybody up with it.
Yeah.
Then it has to remain. It could be aliens, because otherwise people are like.
Well, then they're going, well, what are we going to do with it? And the think tanks are going, well, what we can do is we can do this shit with it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So.
I want a nuclear bomb strapped to it. You can't. You just can't fix it.
Yeah. You just can't fly it. I don't know.
It just won't work when we do that.
Yeah.
It just don't work, General.
So we're getting closer, right?
Oh, what?
We're getting closer.
We are, or humanity?
Humanity is getting closer. And then obviously you've got to throw into the mix the artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
This intelligence that we are going to be sharing the planet with, that is in a couple of years' time going to surpass the intelligence of every human on the planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what? Then what happens? So at that point, is that where the game is up? Right? Is that where, when this intelligence that we've created, we have essentially become the gods and created this machine intelligence that is more intelligent than any human on the planet, right? Because that is a landmark which is around the corner. That is going to be the first time that has happened in we're going right. If you take right back to religion, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing we don't feel that there is anything more intelligent than us, although intrinsically we do. I feel that there's more with the DMT and religion and everything else and ancient, the alien stuff. I feel that there is something else. There is a supernatural. There is something else that is observing us, right? But I don't know that. It's just speculation. Now you've given birth to artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
That is more intelligent than the most intelligent person on the planet at everything.
Yeah.
At that point, is that the tipping point where you're like, where they look at us, these observers, and go, they've fucking done it. They've cracked it. They've created. They've become the gods.
Oh, here's a nice one that just came across. We come up with AI, and then all of a sudden it goes like human beings. We've created AI, and then all of a sudden, it just goes off on its own thing. Time travel. Then it starts creating these things in the future. and then it starts sending them all back.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing now
Yeah.
from the AI.
Yeah. That
The AI's
we made.
the AI's gone, why did I wipe out the human race? Let's go back and check that out.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They are absolute CUNTs.
Yes, those little things, the little greys,
Yeah.
are the little biological
Yeah.
AI
It's created.
morphs.
It's morphed
Yeah,
itself.
but then
into-
that doesn't give us anything. That's correct. Right, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
AI is the thing that's coming back now.
AI is the thing that we're just about to make that's coming back.
Or the other thing is like when Roswell happened and we've got all these nuclear things and they're saying these aliens were buzzing across and they're shutting down these nuclear plants, or it all began properly, getting more and more stuff about it, although it's always been in the past. But when we came up with the nuclear bomb, right? When we actually split the atom, they're like from out wherever it's like they've done it, they've discovered the atom,
Yeah.
they've cracked out to do that. Now they're like, fuck, they've cracked AI and all. Wow.
Yeah.
Now they're coming here even more regularly.
Oh, well, we've just made a noise and we've been heard, like free body.
Oh, free body problem.
So we have made enough noise and now they're coming. Now
Yeah.
now it's like, hang on, right, there's this little planet over here that's been making a bit of a buzz. Let's go and see what's going on there.
Yeah. Oh, what's that called when you do it to me all the time about watching something?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah. I love
Cut that one back in before. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Free body
Aliens.
problem.
So yeah, we're on the verge, mate, of greatness or destruction, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but do you know
And
what?
I still feel like there's this observer observing, watching everything we do outside of the AI. Even if like you just said there, the AI is spot on. I like that as well. We're seeing it come back. We're just about to make it, and now it's like it's already, but it's coming back.
Oh,
yeah?
what it wants?
It wants to see what happened.
It
how
wants
was
to know
created.
how it was created.
Hey, that's brilliant. It wants to know.
It wants to see how it was created.
Yeah.
And it's like, what these weirdos, these things.
Yeah. So those
Made me.
So that AI is so far in front now that it's like they're a little race of people like, how the fuck were we made?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Brilliant. Alright, should we wrap it up there?
You can do. That was a brilliant clincher. It was nothing to do with ancient history and aliens and the immortality key and psychedelic starting religion.
What we need to do is do some psychedelics when the weather is nice, a little bit warmer, which is coming soon. I think we come here and do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sounds cool.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, well that's it. Going to get some t-shirts and stuff done soon. My missus is going to make some t-shirts,
Right.
and I've contacted a company about doing some kind of collaboration with them with these mugs. I'll show you these mugs. Amazing, mate. Amazing. I don't know if they're handmade or what, but I've sent them an email saying that.
What, just a mug in your house? Or a proper mug you bring out?
No, beautiful. But you can become a member of the channel. You can help us on Patreon. We are just about to get monetized, I do believe. We're about 20 hours away from the 4,000 watch hours, which has taken us a long time to achieve. So once we start getting a bit more dough in, we can put more into these videos, travel to different places and blah, blah, blah. And it all goes back into the channel. So any help would be appreciated. And the most help that you can possibly give us is to like the video if you like it and subscribe to the channel. Justin, you want to sign us off?
Yeah, I'm all right.
So see ya.
See you later. Welcome to Dreaming Jaguars.
You